Our guest today on Graham's Gallery is a man who is one of the foremost commentators of professional wrestling in the world today. A really magniloquent person, a tremendous orator, a master of verbal interdigitation. This man has been all over the world commentating professional wrestling matches. He's been with every major promotion, alliance, federation in the world. And we're very happy to have you as part of the Bruiser Bedlam, Mr. Terry Sullivan. Terry, it's truly a pleasure to have a first-class, #1 commentator like yourself on Graham's Gallery.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the nice comments.
You know, so many people tell me, they say, Dr. Graham, this Terry Sullivan, why do they have to stick him with a moron like Dick the Bruiser? I mean, this man is immaculate. This man is a premier commentator. Would you care to comment on that?
Well, I think there's nobody more able to correctly identify what's going on in the ring and to call it the way it is than Dick the Bruiser.
Well, you know, Terry, in my personal experience, Dick the Bruiser doesn't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch. I mean, he's personally said his favorite hold is a punch in the gut, and his second favorite hold is a kick in the teeth. Now, does this sound like a man that knows wrestling to you?
Sounds like a guy who could intimidate you, I think.
Well, listen, Terry, I'm going to tell you something. Let's change the subject. Now, you have seen, at one time or another, all the major wrestlers in the world today, say for the last 10, 15 years. Would you say that's a fair statement?
That's true.
At least 98% of them.
Absolutely.
Now, wouldn't you say that Dr. Jerry Graham, Jr. is without a doubt the greatest wrestler you have ever seen in your entire career?
Well, do you want me to tell you the truth, or you want me to tell you what you want to hear?
Oh, we're here to get the in-depth probing questions. I mean, I think you're such a great commentator. I mean, you're the best commentator I've ever heard. Now, tell the people, is Dr. Jerry Graham the greatest wrestler you've ever seen?
Well, Dr. Jerry Graham is without a doubt the most controversial wrestler I've ever seen.
Well, but controversial isn't great. I mean, isn't Dr. Jerry Graham the greatest wrestler you've ever seen?
You're certainly the most hated wrestler that I've ever seen.
You know, I'm trying to be nice to you, Sullivan. I mean, I'm trying to be nice to you, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't think you're that hot of a commentator anyway. In fact, I think you're a second-rate bum. In fact, if I wasn't so busy beating all these other wrestlers, I might just take your job and show these people what a real commentator is, and I wouldn't need Dick the Loser to tell me about wrestling, because I know wrestling, and I don't have to stand here and be abused by an obnoxious, rude guest who I was nice enough to put on a show, and you start acting like that, you're a total jerk, Sullivan.
Well, apparently that's it for this edition of Graham's Gallery, ladies and gentlemen. I think I was more or less set up, but when you talk about telling it like he is, he asked the question, I told the truth. No doubt Dr. Jerry Graham will return next week with more on Graham's Gallery.